different legs on the internet. They look all pretty and cleaned up. This is what it looks like off the hog. And also...
IRL. In real life.
Also, I don't ever see, you know, when you make your cut straight up through, obviously this stays on, but I don't ever see any of this. So, anyway, what I'm going to be doing, I'll put links in for people who've done it with leaving the bones in. I find the bones to be very irritating to carve after I prepare them. And also it makes curing it more difficult because you've got to make sure that you get the injection right up along the bone, or it can really ruin it and spoil it. I'd rather have the boneless, smaller hams because they're more functional for me in my kitchen, and there's less risk of me losing them. And I feel like we'll screw that part up. So I'm going to flip this around, and I am going to clean this out along this bone, all of this meat. And this bone that I'm cutting along is the H bone, and you can confirm that because there's a hole here. It's got a hole. CH.
By H, it's what?
AITCH, not in like the letter H. In case you wanted to look that up. Okay. I'm gonna then come in along the back side of the H bone and try to keep the knife close to it and leave the meat on the ham or leg. Well, it's not ham yet. I'm not very good at it. I'm looking for the femur, and when you kind of get in here pushing, it pops out some blood, which makes it hard to see. This is the ball end, and this is the socket end. Try to get my knife inside the socket end. And there's going to be like a tendon or something, I don't know, and they're holding it together and you want to pop it. I just popped it. And then it's all loose, and that'll be loose.
Jared. It's kind of awesome.
Okay. There's a bone down underneath here too, and you kind of just find your way around it.
If I'm not mistaken.
I can't.
Back to the right. Okay.
Now we're ready.
Thanks. So after Quinn released the ball joint, after that there's going to be another bone below that. So when you're cutting this,
Wait, let me see if I can get it.
when you're cutting this, you're going to want to go down till you hit that bone, then out to the right, then down behind it, or above it, technically, then back to the right, under it, and then down to release, and then you'll release the bone and then just cut through the rest of the muscle.
And this piece will go to scrap.
Scrap?
Well, by scrap I mean
Ground meat.
for further processing.
Further processing. In the processing department over here.
Hi, processing department. Hi, Jacob. What are you doing? No, what are you doing? You're making sausage? Thank you for making sausage.
Are you being very careful with those fingertips?
Okay, let's finish boning this ham out. Or pork leg. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take off the hock and the trotter. This is the trotter to about here, and this is the hock, and we're not switching the trotters because we haven't figured what to do with them yet. Cut through the meat and then saw through the bone.
So, just a quick question. Would it be easier to start at the lower joints first? That way the higher joints are always connected to the bigger piece of meat to keep better control when you're cutting and sawing?
Probably.
Okay. So go ahead and switch that up. Start at the end and work your way up.
I don't remember where this one is though.
Right above wherever you think the joint is where it's going to be. Probably line up.
Higher than that?
That's fine. You're
Feels
good.
like
I would
ball
guess it
here.
to be.
Oh, so you think I should go?
Yeah, I'd say about right here. Yeah, right in that indent at the top, right where you were.
I got it now. No, I still don't. Yes,
Snap it.
I do too have it. This is the bone and ham all cleaned up. I'm going to take the bone out. Femur here.
Do it again.
Femur is here. And then over here, just to give you a reference point to cut along. I'm looking for the seam. I think I'm going to go along this seam. And then essentially what I'm going to do is just carve around the bone.
Ben.
We're cutting now. Can I do it now? Okay, can I do it now? I will not do it. I got dangerous lift earlier. But look how much meat I have got now. This thing is sharp. Did you sharpen this thing, Jared? Jared.
What?
This knife.
So you will basically unroll this by making slices, expose the bone, cut the bone out, then
Correct.
to prepare it, you would roll it, probably preferably tie it back up with twine.
I'm not gonna, because I see natural separations, and I'm just gonna cut it in 3 roasts.
Okay.
That just seems like the easiest to me. They're good sizes for our family.
Unless you needed a whole ham for something.
Right. These are good sizes for just our family to eat. I suppose if
Dividing it would make it easier probably for curing also.
that's
If
why
you're doing your own curing, which can be tricky.
I got most of it off. I'm satisfied with that.
We
since
call
this
that a
is-
ham bone.
Yeah. And I'm satisfied with this because this
I
is
saw
the
it
third
jumping
time I've done
around.
it in my entire life.
I saw
Now,
it jumping around trying to steal the
There's
shell.
also this little piece of bone right here that gets left behind and needs
What
to
gets
be.
left behind?
There's a little circle of bone right here that needs to come out. But you can almost kind of see some natural sections that you could follow.
Sure.
Easily make them into separate roasts.
This chair's gonna.
And then that's real thin, so I'm just gonna.
Now, how much of that could you just rip by hand or not? I mean, has it broken down enough yet to where you could just peel it?
You can see there's almost.
No, cut hard then. See what by putting a bunch of little individual slices in there, it's not typically.
I was looking for the seam and not finding it.